is America's coolest conservative and the future king of talk radio. 107.9 FM WBT presents The TJ Ritchie Show.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, here we go, hour 2 of the fastest growing radio show in America. 704-570-1079. Call, text. You can text. Thanks to Liberty Buick GMC. I'm laughing because when I say the fastest growing, that's what people say who don't have any ratings. They say the fastest growing. You know, if they don't have any ratings, because you can say that, you don't have to prove it. You know, you can always say you're the fastest growing because there's no measurement of that. But it sounds cool. You know, it sounds like you're really something. Oh, boom. Oh, hey, that's the fastest growing. Because if you had ratings that were worth bragging about in the broadcast world, you would say the highly rated or rated number or whatever. Rated number 1. Like when I say the Ace and TJ show was always, almost always rated in top across the board ratings in Charlotte radio. It's you can go look it up. You can back it up. But it's just like whenever, let's say there's the biggest musical act is coming to Charlotte. Let's say it's Morgan Wallen. And WBT wanted to act like we were the ones that were bringing Morgan Wallen to town. We could say 107.9 WBT welcomes Morgan Wallen to whatever arena. You can welcome anybody, but you listen for the word presents. So we said WBT presents Morgan Wallen. That means that we are the ones sponsoring that. He's dealing with us as the go-to radio station. That's the chosen radio station that Morgan Wallen is dealing with. Just little things you can listen for behind the scenes stuff. Fastest growing means nothing. Welcomes means nothing. So I don't know if the radio program directors that work in this building will be glad that I told you that. But, hey, it's the truth. Look it up. Look it up. Now I forgot what I was going to be talking about here. Let me see if I made a note. No, I did not. Okay. Well, last night, I didn't get a chance to get to all of the stuff going on about Louisiana's maps and how the Democrats are so thrilled because they think that they have their race issue on which to run now because they can never, ever win if they just tell people what they stand for. Even Democrats wouldn't vote for them. But because they're communists. So we'll get into some of that in just a little bit. That's always a lot of fun. Going back home to Louisiana, where I'm from, in the news. But I'm going to revisit this story that I was the first radio show to talk about this Corrine Mack situation, the president of the Charlotte chapter of the NAACP, saying that there's no way that there should be a white interim mayor because Charlotte elected a black woman as a mayor. So why would they pick a white woman to replace her as she steps down? Well, they did a news report on this situation and interviewed her, and this is what that sounds like. How would we replace
the black outgoing mayor with a white person? That simple.
NAACP Charlotte Mecklenburg chapter president Corrine Mack refusing to walk back her comments in this Facebook post from Monday. Mack wrote that it is, quote, seriously disturbing for white folks to be lobbying to be Charlotte's interim mayor. City Council is currently searching for someone to serve out the remainder of Vi Lyles' term, who is set to resign at the end of June. In an interview with Queen City News on Wednesday, Mack argued recent rulings on voting rights and redistricting efforts are evidence of black representation being undermined and stripped, and that voters in Charlotte have been intentional about having black representation.
And my question to the white folks who are up in arms and outraged, are they outraged about the fact that black representation is under attack? Are they outraged about the gerrymandering that's happening all over this country?
Martin Luther King is...
Are you outraged? Black representation is under attack? So, she's playing a part here. You know, like I was talking about last night. She knows what she's doing. She's just getting attention. She's getting national attention now. She's eating that up. And obviously, all of the little Democrat support groups have gotten their orders that this is what we're going with. We got to push racism through this issue. And she knows that she can come out and say whatever she wants, no matter how outrageous it may be. And nobody from the Democrat Party is going to, disagree with her, call her out. And she doesn't, who's going to get mad that they care about? No damn body. That's who. And again, this is another one of those, like, she doesn't realize, I don't think, that whoever's telling her to do this, they don't care how stupid it makes her look. They don't care how dumb it makes her seem. Whoever told her to go say this and then stick to it and go out there and act this way, they know that they're making a fool of her. They know she's making a fool of herself. But in the Democrat Party, they don't care. They don't care that they got her looking like a clown. And whatever she's getting out of it, she doesn't care. She probably knows that she seems ridiculous and looks ridiculous saying any crap like that. That's what I always am amazed by whenever somebody says something that just goes right down, no matter how outrageous it is, but it's outrageous and it goes right down the line of the way the Commucrat Party is run and the media is run and everything. They'd say, oh, she's so brave. So brave. Brave for what? Who's criticizing her that she gives a damn about? Nobody. And she thinks that if somebody criticizes her, then other people are going to just think that they're racist. You criticize Corrine Mack, she calls you a racist, then everybody's going to believe you're a racist. But see, that's the thing. It doesn't work that way anymore. And I don't know if they broke the news to Corrine that it doesn't work that way anymore. Whoever told her to go do this and then told her to double down on it. But it's a different time. There aren't as many people running scared of false racist accusations. False accusations of racism. People aren't running as scared from that anymore. And they are false. Now, look, a part of me finds it delicious, absolutely delicious, for people in the Democrat Party to be calling other Democrats racist for wanting to be interim mayor. See, because the white people that she was criticizing that stepped up and said, I'll be interim, or I'd like to be interim mayor or whatever, they're all Democrats. So it is, the whole thing's funny to me. She's funny because she's ridiculous. It's funny that she's accusing fellow Democrats of being racist. the whole thing is just, it just shows how, as a political group, they're all silly. Just plain silly. And sure, you can sit around and go, if a white person said that, it would be that. Yeah, because everybody knows there's a double standard. Obviously, there's a double standard. But if you just think about it on its face, it's funny. You got white Democrats saying, well, yeah, I mean, it would be an honor to be interim mayor for the rest of this term. Why, because of the sitting mayor stepping down and whatever. And then for other Democrats to call them racist, that's funny to me. Or to act like they're racist for wanting to, it's just funny. They're eating their own in that situation. So let her say what she wants to say. That's how ridiculous it is. I mean, this is, it's comical to me. And again, one of the reasons why I think it's funny is because it's not going to make one whit of difference in the grand scheme of things as far as making the city any better or any worse. Because it doesn't matter whether it's a black woman or whether it's a white woman or whether it's a white man or a black trans. It doesn't matter. If they're Democrats, they're not going to do anything but damage the city if they're in charge of it. It doesn't matter. Because they're Democrats first. And they come to destroy all things good. So that's why I'm not all freaked out about it. All right, hang on. We got more coming up.
Night has fallen, and the Green-Eyed Patriot is on the air. It's the TJ Ritchie Show on Charlotte's FM News Talk, 107.9 FM, WBT.
Putting the funk in your trunk. I am America's coolest conservative. Thank you for being part of my radio family. All right. So the whole situation with the redistricting, the new maps and all of that, and the Democrats now, they've if they believed in God, any of these Democrat politicians, they would be thanking him for giving them the racial issue that they've been praying for. It is really sad that there is a political party in the United States, the land of freedom, a political party that is so powerful, like the Democrat Party is, that is so rotten and despicable, and hates people so much that they do the things they do to them. So, Supreme Court ruled that drawing maps, voting maps, district maps for elections according to the racial makeup of an area is unconstitutional. And Louisiana was the case. Now, the Democrats and race hustlers are saying that that's disenfranchising black people. Basically, black people can't vote now. That's what they're out telling people. Now, this is a report the other night from 60 Minutes from Louisiana, and this is a pastor and an elderly lady talking about the situation. Listen.
Timothy Hunter, Linda Scott, and Donnie Sutton have spent their lives in Shreveport and fear the future could soon resemble the past.
The reality is, at the end of the day, it's going to dilute the black vote. That's the whole purpose. This Republican Congress is all about making America Jim Crow again. There's no more check and balances.
This is the past.
Everything that was there to guard against this type of gerrymandering is destroyed. So there's nobody to stop the train.
Can you separate politics from race in this district?
No, you can't. Not in all of these southern states.
We've come a long ways, but not with this when it comes to race, and not with the schemes that they're putting up before us. It's just a disgrace. But we must keep pressing forward. We have to. Too many people have suffered and died for us to have these rights.
Now, again, as you know, nobody said that black people can't vote. Now, the governor of Louisiana, Governor Landry, has postponed the elections that were about to happen because he says, when we have a clip of him too explaining it. We'll have to get to that in the next segment. But you can still vote, but it's not about black representation. It's about Democrat representation. Because if they're so worried about making sure, and the Democrat Party is so worried about making sure that there are black people elected to represent black people, then why don't they nominate more black candidates? Why don't they push more black candidates into general elections? In Tennessee, the way they were freaking out with the redistricting and all, the district that they were most worried about and that they won't have black representation anymore is already represented by a white low-life Democrat named Cohen. So it's not about black representation. It's about Democrat representation. And once again, the Democrat Party, the racists in the Democrat Party, handing down marching orders to say, go and make black voters, make innocent black voters think that we're going back to pre-civil rights days. As a matter of fact, go out and make them think that we're going back to slavery. Don't you dare let them know the truth and give them any type of relief from thinking that they are in danger every day in the United States in 2026 of going back to segregated water fountains. Now go do it. It's sick. These people are psycho. Sick. Now, I don't know whether these people in this clip just now from 60 Minutes, I don't know whether those Louisianians have really been fooled and they're naive and scared because of what they've been told, or they're part of the act and being shady about it. But it's one of the two. You're either naive or shady. You're either being taken advantage of and manipulated, or you're shady and crooked and pulling off the manipulation. All right, so I have some really good clips to play for you of people who are not being fooled by this, Black Americans who are not being fooled by any of this rhetoric on the left, and also I'll play the clip of the Louisiana governor explaining how the whole situation works with delaying the primary election. So all of that is coming up in the last half hour of the show, so hang on.
Delivering pinpoint political and cultural analysis with wit and Southern charm. It's the TJ Ritchie Show on 107.9 FM WBT, Charlotte's FM News Talk.
You can leave that volume up a little bit on that. I like it. That's a nasty song, though. That's why it doesn't have any words in it on this show. 704-570-1079. Call, text, do what you do. Okay, so we're talking about the redistricting in Louisiana that was the Supreme Court case that has set the Democrats ablaze. And we're playing clips from the 60 Minutes story that they did. And Governor Landry of Louisiana sat down with 60 Minutes, and he explained as the non-biased, the middle-of-the-road reporter, the completely fair and balanced approach that she took to the hit my microphone. She took to the situation. Oh God, listen.
States, we get equal rights. No one gets extra rights.
This past Tuesday, we went to Baton Rouge and met Governor Jeff Landry at the governor's mansion. A close ally of President Trump, he dominates Louisiana.
Okay, now did she have to say that? A close ally of President Trump, or whatever it was she said. Did she have to say that? No, she didn't. She's got an agenda.
Politics. The colorful, conservative Cajun was the state's attorney general before winning the top job in 2023.
Okay, all Cajuns are colorful. I'm from Louisiana. I'm not a Cajun, but I'm just telling you, all Cajuns are colorful.
You cannot say that we are all created equal and that states must treat everyone equal under the law and then allow a law to sort people based upon race.
Following the Supreme Court decision, Governor Landry declared a state of emergency and abruptly suspended congressional House primaries right as voting was starting, ordering a do-over at a future date, leaving voters dazed and confused.
You declared a state of emergency. What exactly is the emergency?
We've got the highest court of the land says the map that you have is unconstitutional, so we don't have a map under which our voters can vote on.
This country has held elections during the Civil War, during 2 world wars.
What does that have to do with
elections still went on.
We're going to have an election, and we're actually going to have an election on Election Day.
But voting was already happening. As we sit here right now, more than 45,000 ballots have been returned. What happens to those?
Oh, those ballots are discarded, and those voters will vote again in November.
You say that like it's not a big deal.
Well, it's not a big deal. It's not my fault. Go, if anybody has a grievance, take it to the United States Supreme Court.
You say that like it's not a big deal. And it's another reason why we don't need early voting. But it's also another reason why Democrats are so in favor of early voting, because it helps them cheat. Okay, now you look at this. The Supreme Court, as he says. Now, again, another interesting thing. You listen to the way he speaks, that's why I'm telling you, nobody can do a Cajun accent who's not a Cajun. You don't imitate that accent. You just cannot do it and do it properly. I grew up in Louisiana around Cajun people my entire life. And you know I can do pretty good impressions of people, and I can't do it. You never hear a person who is not a Cajun do a Cajun accent authentically. Never in a movie, never ever. Okay, that's just an aside. Something interesting you may want to feed on. Go Google that. Do some research on it. Figure it out. I can get a word every now and then like court. The highest court in the land. But anyway, he's like, okay, so the court has said it's unconstitutional. So how can I have an election? How can I take people's votes when the court says it's unconstitutional? You dumb wench, you, is what he should have said. And what's the Civil War got to do? Yeah, there was no calling the votes unconstitutional during Civil War. So you see, in the media plays right into this. It's racist. Got to be racist. Got to be racist. White supremacy. That's what it is. Okay. So the good news is that not all black people are falling for this. More and more black people, more and more, as the Cajuns would say, black people are on to this. They're not falling for it. And let me see if I can get the right one here. This is a fella named Devon Lewis, and he's talking about Justin Pearson in Tennessee playing that same thing. This is racist. The redistricting is all racist, white supremacist, and all that. The one who is a nerd, but then he pretends to be Mr. Tough Black Power man and Mr. Preacher man and all of that stuff. Well, this guy says we're not playing that game. Listen.
You can get with state troopers and put on this fake Dr. King act, but where's that same passion when there's kids dying in your neighborhood? The same day this kid was doing it for the gram, a 17-year-old girl took a bullet in a neighborhood that he claimed to represent. Has he said anything about it? Of course not. But these the y'all choose to follow. I've been telling you the Democratic Party don't give a about you. They got tap dancing, doing stereotypical black to get your attention and your vote, but still don't do for you. And as a black man, all them theatrics and all that you had going on don't represent me. At the end of the day, I don't give a about your skin color. I care whether your leadership makes communities stronger and safer. Voting districts shouldn't revolve around race. The best candidate should win, period. Some of y'all keep confusing performance for leadership, and that's exactly why it never changed.
Confusing performance for leadership. So you get out there and you yell and you scream and you jump up and down in the pulpit of a church where some fake-ass pastor let you come in and take over. Performance over leadership, but you're not getting anything done to help the people you claim to champion. As a matter of fact, you're keeping them down by design. All of you. Every damn one of you that's running around screaming that this is racist and sticking with the Democrat Party and carrying the water for the Democrat Party, you're all just rotten. Absolutely rotten. And thank goodness more and more people are starting to feel it. Yeah, I don't know if you heard my phone buzzing, but that was the program director. And I saw that I had a message from him. I thought I was in trouble. I was like, did all those cuss words get edited? Is one of them saying? But he was texting me about something else that I had asked. All right. So we got to take a break. And then I got the other guy, who is a Trump supporter, and he is addressing all the people who have been saying, are you ashamed of your vote now? Is this what you voted for? Are you ashamed of your vote yet? So he goes off. You don't want to miss it. Hang on.
If you're an emotionally fragile liberal and would like to complain to WBT management about TJ, don't waste your time. They don't like him much either. Back to the TJ Ritchie Show on 107.9 FM, WBT, Charlotte's FM News Talk.
Well, look, here we are, the last segment of the show. Oh. What are we doing? 704-570-1079 is the phone number. Let's see. I don't know if check this. Okay. All right. So I know it seems like that, it's frustrating whenever something happens in the political world and the Democrats start yelling racism and we all do the same thing. We're like, oh my God, here we go. And then sometimes in the past, people on our side would start second guessing. You go, oh, I know all we did was right or wrong, or I know that we're right about this, but why didn't they just leave it alone until after the election? Because now they're going to say we're racist. Now they're going to, you live that life, you walk around feeling that way, and then you're just defeated before you even have before you can even get up and decide to fight. And that's why, I never have gone in for that whole somebody calling me a racist and then having to, feel like I need to convince them that I'm not. Screw them. Somebody thinks I'm a racist or they call me a racist, then I don't care, because I'm not. And I look at it like this. If you take what I say, and as many times as I say that I am speaking up for black people, speaking up for the black people to get out from the thumb, get out from the boot of the Democrat Party, and you take that to mean that I am racist, then I don't care what you think. Screw you. I'm not going to waste my time trying to defend myself. But anyway, I know we feel that way. Like, oh, now they've got an issue. Now they're going to be able to call us racist, and so many people are going to fall for it and all that. And it is true. They do. There are still people falling for it. And it is always an issue that works for the Democrats. That's the sad part about it. It works. The fear mongering that the Democrat Party does and has always done, with black people since the 60s. But I see real people on social media, real people who live normal lives, and I see the way they think, and there are more and more that are coming around to understand what the Democrat Party is all about and how rotten they are, how despicable and mean and evil they can be as a party. This man's name is Denzel McKnight, and he just goes off on people saying to him, because he voted for Trump, are you ashamed of your vote now? You're ashamed of your vote now? And he's in his neighborhood. He's walking through his neighborhood, and he refers to it as his war zone. And he said that people are saying to him, because of the war in in Iran, are you ashamed of your vote for Trump now? And this is his response to that.
Then you got I should be regretting my vote. You got talking about I should be regretting my vote because there's war going on with Iran. I don't give a Not a person from Iran, Yemen, Afghanistan, none of the ends ever gave a about my war zone. Ever gave a about my war zone. Huh? In fact, they made generational wealth in my war zone, sent money back to their families to help build their armies, to help build their families up, bringing more people over here. That shit. And it ain't like they wasn't over here trying to recruit black Muslims, trying to get them to be ISIS. And the black Muslims in Baltimore had to let them know, we don't move like that. That ain't no real Islam. Y'all tripping. Why you think the Arabs say the black Muslims not real Muslims? Why you think the Arabs talk about black Muslims, say they not all they real and shit? Come on, my we don't get a chance to we don't get a chance to see black American Muslims cut people's heads off for not following the rules. We don't get a chance to see black American Muslims whip women and force to do. We don't get a chance to see that. So I don't give a what was going on in Iran. And when it was Kamala Harris talking about going to war with Iran, she said we got to defend our allies. When Kamala Harris said we got to go to war with Russia, we got to defend our allies. Y'all wasn't saying Trump tried his best to prevent the war. He couldn't. And we're not going to act like Iran is not hostile. The Democrats bring them over here. They even hostile over here. They even hate America over here while they're making money in my war zone. So you. I don't give a I don't give a You're not going to trick me with that as if Kamala wasn't trying to gear us up for a bigger war. And Iran is not nothing to be with. So he has to be aggressive with them. Think about it. They couldn't even really truly handle Hamas. Don't let the fake news fool you.
Boom. So you see, that's good news. That's good news. He saw through all of that. But one of the things that stands out the most in that to me is the fact that he pointed out how the Democrats, I mean, in his unique way of doing it, he pointed out that that the Democrats once again sold out black Americans for foreigners. And continue to do it. And lie and cheat and do all of the things that Democrats do. So he's saying, you know, the Islamists coming over here, living in the freedom that we have, making money, sending it back home to people who hate America, to support hate America people. So they hate America here when they're living off of the greatness that the country is, and then sending money back to their hellholes that they're from, and they hate America there. And the Democrat Party still welcoming them, putting them ahead of black people. That's what he sees. So what we need for Republicans, black and white and Hispanic and whatever else color Republicans there are in the leadership positions, we need them to point that out. We need more Republicans who talk like real people. Why do you think Trump is so successful with people? Because he sometimes, he says a little too much off-kilter stuff. But nobody thinks Trump's fake. Whether people like him or don't like him, nobody thinks he's fake. Do you ever hear anybody accuse Trump of being fake? No. They accuse him of a lot of stuff, but being fake is not one of the things that they accuse him of. And that's one of the reasons that people love him so much, because he's not fake. So all these Democrat shenanigans are, they're starting to be, called out by Democrats. And that's great. That's great. Okay, Nick Craig is coming up next. He's good. He's great, actually. Nick Craig is. God loves you and ain't nothing you can do about it. I'll see you tomorrow.